Sometime in the 60s, Customs Superintendent Zahirul Haq Khan is visited at his counter in what was then East Pakistan by P.C. Sarkar, world's greatest magician. Hey, Sarkar Sahib, he says, show me some magic or I will not check off your papers. Oh, but sir, replies P.C. Sarkar, world's greatest magician, my papers are already checked off. P.C. Sarkar made it his life mission to unearth the roots of stage magic from deep within Bengal and the subcontinent and present it to the world. 9th century accounts of magic tricks still performed today. Esteemed universities in history teaching the art and science of magic. Even ancient Sanskrit scriptures of Lord Krishna's training in the art. P.C. Sarkar had decided to call himself the world's greatest magician, which unnerved a lot of white Western magicians of the time. But these guys were also calling themselves exotic Oriental magicians with exotic Oriental names, so really who are they to complain? No one was more unnerved by P.C. Sarkar than the white Western colonialists of the British Raj. P.C. Sarkar, world's greatest magician, would go to these fancy parties hosted by these colonial officers. And he'd go up to them and say, hey, write whatever you want on my piece of paper. So they did. And then they will find that they had somehow signed away a promise to award P.C. Sarkar a medal or the title of Prime Minister. P.C. Sarkar, world's greatest magician, would escape every shackle, cage, box, jail, anything anyone put him in. P.C. Sarkar's art was in service of a revolution, inspiring the people of Bengal and the wider subcontinent to rise up and escape their own cages. In the words of Qazi Nazrul Islam, another Bengali revolutionary artist, Kaloi lahu kora, bagafel lahu kora. These iron doors of your prison, smash them and make them disappear. And they did. The people of the subcontinent rose up, broke down the iron doors and made the British disappear. But in their wake, the British left partitions. Bengal, united in a shared language and culture, the birthplace of P.C. Sarkar and Qazi Nazrul Islam and Zahirul Haq Khan, was split in two. The Hindus went to India. The Muslims were given to Pakistan. And Pakistan wanted all traces of Bengal gone. You belong to us, they said. You will only speak Urdu, our language, and not anything else. You are not Bengal. You are East Pakistan, and we own you. The Bengalis weren't having it. The iron doors of your prison, smash them and make them disappear. And so the Bengalis rose up, smashing the iron doors and working to make Pakistan disappear, fighting for the right to speak their own language. The scholars and artists and social reformers were on the front lines, whether it's through organizing general strikes in universities or storming and sieging institutions of power. A group of Bengali engineering students who were in Turkey on a scholarship from the Pakistan government got together to write and publish an open letter declaring their support for the Bangladesh Liberation War. So Pakistan retaliated. The engineering students in Turkey lost their scholarship, but they were lucky. Their peers back home were the first to lose their lives. After months of a genocide, the Bangladeshis won liberation, but at a cost. The massacre and rape of millions, the destruction of vital infrastructure that they're only just recovering from now, the displacement of thousands seeking refuge. The instigator of the engineering students' open letter considered seeking refuge in Turkey or Germany or even the United States with him and his young family. But then he got an opportunity to travel with a group of engineers and doctors from Bangladesh to Malaysia to work in Malaysia's public system. 11 years later in Malaysia, the instigator and his family welcomed another child. A child who would then grow up to be their own kind of iron door smashing instigator, much to their chagrin. A child who was raised with English as their first language because no one in the family really spoke fluent enough Malay, but no one else in the country would care to speak any Bengali. A child who eventually also moved countries, also officially for opportunity, but really for refuge. This child was me. 1985, at 45 days old, I take my first ever flight from Malaysia to what is now Bangladesh for my Akikah, the Muslim naming ceremony. Customs Superintendent Zahirul Haq Khan meets me for the first and last time. He never gets to hear me call him Nana, grandfather. Names are powerful in Bengali culture. They are dreams, wishes, foreshadowings. P.C. Sarkar, world's greatest magician, named all of his children P.C. Sarkar. They all grow up to be magicians. Those children name all their children P.C. Sarkar. They too grow up to be magicians. My father, instigator of the aforementioned open letter, picked half of my name, Tiara. Kind of based on the actress Tarita Teripaya, lead actress on Mutiny on the Bounty, and he wonders why his kid wants to be a performance artist. My mother picked the other half, Zahira, a feminine form of her father's, my grandfather's name, Zahirul. A deeply ironic choice. A customs official, enforcer of borders, the namesake to a grandchild most traumatized by borders. The holder of a green passport forcibly assigned to me at birth because the government of my birth country refused to recognize me with the red passport of their own until literally my 26th birthday. And even then, it's highly conditional. The eloquent speaker, writer, and reader of a language that I know only enough to butcher, whose script I can't even read, but which I immediately understood when I saw it on an advertisement in this very city, where I become eligible to switch my passport from red to blue next year. An ad that reads, "You will not make Australia home." I have this recurring nightmare that I will be at an airport somewhere and get to the customs counter, and because of my suspiciously brown face and suspiciously Muslim name, I get detained. And they're trying to deport me, but they don't really know where to send me. Oh, just send her to Australia. She's a permanent resident there. She lives there now, probably flew in from there anyway. They send her there. Oh, yeah, no. We can't have her. She's clearly a criminal if she's getting deported here. No, we don't trust these people. Send her back to Malaysia. So this isn't there anyway. She can go back there. Oh, no. Cannot. This girl is a LGBT. We don't like the LGBTs here, and also not even properly Muslim. What is this? What? It cannot no. Send her back to Bangladesh like the dirty Bangladesh is. Oh no. We can't have her. She never lived here. Even a girl with the main nationality is like what? Like too foreign. Doesn't even know our language. Our country fought a war on our language and she can't even be bothered to learn it. No. Nah. Send her somewhere else. I like to think Nana is looking out for me though. Because despite all the visas and paperwork and immigration malarkey, somehow I haven't gotten deported yet. I've been to many customs counters, many flights, many boat trips, many road trips, and somehow I managed to get through this fine. I like to think that at some point, Nana went and hunted down PC Sorkar. And he went, "Hey, Sorkar Sahib, you tricked me at work many, many years ago, but I need you to show me some more magic." And PC Sorkar, on the nudging of my grandfather, bestows upon me my first magic trick. How to get through any customs counter with a brown face, an ever-changing passport, and all of my papers.